Hello, friends and gamers. My name is Jinx, and welcome to Operation Hats. This is the German turn number 17, July 1944. It's going to be kind of a fun turn this time around. A lot of what's going on is kind of defensive work for the Axis right now, at least the Western Axis right now, and a lot of that goes in the planning behind the scenes, calculating some battles and such, and we don't get too many opportunities for any aggressive attacks. But this turn we get to see a couple little actions going on, which will be a lot of fun. But I also had fun planning out the defensive actions here as well, and I have to say that Trig, my ally playing the Japanese, have been of great service to me, a great sounding board to my ideas, to the point where I bet you I'm already starting to annoy him because I seem to be double checking everything that I'm doing with him. But I really do appreciate it, and by sounding it out to him and kind of laying out my thoughts, it really helps me to analyze things a little bit further. So he's been a great help, so we'll leave it at that. There has been some talk of calling this game early with an Axis win, and I'll cover the victory points here in a minute, but the reason being is that, well, this is part of a tournament. It's part of the annual Global War 1936 tournament that we're trying to put together, and there's been 4 tables involved, and we're the last table to finish, and we were supposed to finish at the start of the month, and here we are already pushing the middle of the month with no results. So I'll kind of go over the victory points there at the end, but also we don't want to call this prematurely. If the allies and the Comintern still think that they have a chance on winning, then absolutely we have to give them that opportunity to do so. So that's kind of where it's at, but I want to kind of go over some of the victory points here in the next little segment that we have. All right, so a quick note, we are now in the green zone here. The 17th turn, at the end of the 17th turn is when we start rolling for the end of the game sequence, which means I believe right here we roll at a 2 or less to win, and at 2 it's end game, we calculate victory points. I believe this one adds another +1, +1, +1. If memory serves, I'm not super good at remembering the whole process, but it's written down here. I don't know if we want to zoom over there quickly. Hopefully it's not too terribly far. Somewhere in this vicinity. Income, tracker, winning, strategic objectives. Here they list them all off. Less 2 or equal than 2. It jumps over here from July to January by 2 points, but yeah, other than that, it's at 2 points or less. It also counts on the victory cities. So it starts off where I would say equal to or less than 1, but then you also have to add on for a major capital owned by the opponent. So right now we control Paris, so it's going to end on a 2 or less, 3 or less, 4 or less, 5 or less, and up here, is it here? 46? No, over here it's less 2 or equal than 5, which is actually going to be 6 because we hold that one victory city. So yeah, 50% chances right here. All right, that's the scoop behind that. Now looking at the victory points, we have 9 victory points currently. The Allies have 4, and the Comintern 4 as well. Will things change with the victory cities? Maybe. I mean, the Axis aren't probably going to grab too much here. Moscow and Stalingrad are definitely out of the picture, but the Allies might manage to pick something up. They might do Rome. They might manage to retake Paris. We'll have to see how that goes. My victory points are easily lost as well. I could lose Festung Europa. It only takes, I have to protect like 5 territories for it, so this is one of the first that's lost. Likewise, the Pacific buffer zone. So once these 2 are gone, that's down, to 7 points there. And then the Allies will likely pick up technological supremacy. So that's +1, so they're at 5 to R7. And if they manage to capture Paris, that's 1 victory point gain for them, 1 loss to us. And then they also get this one here, which is a +2. So they can get a huge bump to their victory points. I think it's a net swing in their favor of, what is it? Well, it's +1, 2, 3 victory points and down 1 for us. So the net swing is 4 victory points between us, right? So they would likely win if they capture Paris, or likely, if they capture Rome, then it wouldn't be too long before the Italians surrender, and then they could capture Egypt, which I believe gives them roughly these 2 victory points. So that's, if they do Rome, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4 victory points, and if the net swing of 5. So that's kind of the situation we find ourselves in right now. it's a very, calling the game right now doesn't seem quite right because things could change. But from our perspective, that's what it looks like, although the enemy might disagree on that front and see things as a little bit more formidable than we see it as. So anyways, that's the scoop across there. Let's get a look at the German turn, starting with production. Well, I guess starting with technology. Let's zoom over here. We rolled for 4 technologies, succeeded in 2. We got radar and we got airborne doctrine, but what we've been striving for is heavy strat bombers unsuccessfully. So that's that. I believe that's it. Okay, starting with production. What are we building this turn? Well, we're building 2 Panzer Grenadiers, 1 destroyer. That's not quite what my ally suggested, but I'm going to go for the destroyer. I'm going to lend-lease an infantry, build a fortification, and that's something to the tune of 15 infantry being built as well, for a grand total of $73. And then we apply the discount for improved construction, which drops our price down for the ship to 72. So $72, $72. We're rolling here now. All right. Now for combat maneuvers. Now some of them are going to be a lot of fun. We have here from Istanbul a cavalry going through the mountains to Syria, capturing this territory from the Americans and bumping our income up by 1. So that'll be nice. I don't think we have anything over here that we need to concern ourselves about. Our next little battle is over here. The submarine from the coast of Portugal and one from the Bahamas is going to come in here and engage the French destroyer. This submarine in the Bay of Biscay is going to come over to A Fort 33. I know Bay of Biscay is over there, but you get my point. This torpedo boat destroyer. And then seaplane is going to come over here and do some convoy raiding on this line. Now that is all the routine stuff. Now we got some fun little maneuvers going on here too. A mechanized from Eastern Germany is going to come to Königsberg. The Soviets are making an incursion to the north and will push them back. 2 infantry from West Poland and a medium armor coming in from East Poland through this territory that the Italians captured, Lubelski. And then we have 3 mechanized are going to zoom north, go to Lithuania and try to take out this Soviet tactical bomber. So that'll be fun. And then lastly, we'll have a fun little battle. These 3 fighters and a tactical bomber are going to come over here and engage the forces in Latvia, as well as an airborne unit, an air transport. And a naval transport is going to go on 2 spaces with 2 infantry landing here as well. So lots of fun, lots of excitement. I'm going to battle board these 2 battles, and then everything else will be on the map itself. I think that's it for our moves. That, I believe, is it. Alright, so starting with this attack, our subs are going to be rolling the darker blue and the French the lighter blue. Us at 3, him at 4. 1 success, and he missed, so we can take him off the board. Then we have our torpedo boat destroyer here, our sub going against the torpedo boat. We have a 3, him at 2, but I think we get first strike. So let's roll that one. And we miss, and he rolls a 2 and misses. So this might be a long engagement. Now everything is routine. So round 2, we scored a hit and we take the torpedo boat destroyer off the board. Cool. And now our convoy rating. Now we get a +1 because we get a basic +1 for aircraft, but he gets 2 for his radar and 2 for his technology of anti-sub warfare, which I guess we don't really have a sub in this one, but it still is applicable. Dang it. So let's roll this. Red is me, blue is him. And it couldn't be any worse, basically. So we missed out on all that. Let's just delete that embarrassment. Good enough anyways. And it stays on Maritime Air Patrol. Okay. I wouldn't mind kind of erasing some of these lines, because they're just going to get confusing after a while. Because I got enough going on here militarily. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. All right. Now these fun battles. Okay, let's start with the easy one and kind of ramp it up to a crescendo. So, oh yeah, I did have one more move here. This mechanized from East Poland coming into South Ukraine. I hope you'll forgive me. I have it marked out. You know, it's not a belated post attempt. I think that's kind of the level of grace that we're allowing each other. If it's marked on the board in some fashion, then it's allowed. So that proves my intent. All right. Especially if there's no combat involved. We're just going through that area, capturing this one here. So let's just mark it down right now. Boom. All right. Let's start with this battle. Let's start with this battle here since it's not on the battle board. We have 3 mech rolling at 3 and then 1 tactical bomber at 5. Oh, we got 1 hit so far. All right, this might prove to be a negative experience for us. But let's see. He's already doing pretty good. Missed all around. And there's our hit. So we managed to take off the tactical bomber and capture the territory from the Ruskies. So not a bad exchange. Especially that cost 11 bucks. Ours cost 4 bucks. Okay, and then these two battle boards. So we're going to do this one here. 1 at 3. Yeah, 1 at 3, 2 at 2, and 1 at 6. I've lined up the dice here. Let's just make sure we have the right one. 6, 3, and 2. Alright, so the attack. Here's our dice at 2. Misses with a 4 and 11. This one's here at 3. Success, and this one here at 6 for the tank, and he misses. And the opponent rolls 2 at 4. 1 hit. Alright, so we're going to take off one of our dudes. And likewise, he goes off the table. Round 2. That's a 12. 1, and just for fun, 2 hits there. Let's see what he rolls. 6. Alright. I don't know if I zoomed in enough for that one. But there it is, a 6. Sometimes these ones, let's see. Yeah. 6. Alright. So we take off a dude. Take off his stuff. Copy. Paste. And his territory is captured. I think my kid's waking up. They're going to come into the room in a minute. Trying to get my boy to sleep in the top bunk, and he doesn't like that. He's just about... What is he just about? Well, I'm just listening to see if they're crying. Alright, now going on to this battle. Now, he can't scramble to the siege zone because there's no airbase, and I don't know if he's got radar. So there's that. But he's got the 2 fighters versus our 1. So let's take a peek at that. Also, I guess I should delete this while we're at it. Reset that. And, well, whatever. I won't delete that. Okay. These we can delete. Now we have 1 tactical at 7. Let's just roll these. Let's just roll them all together. Okay, starting with this end. Here's a 2. 1 hit. Miss. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, 4 hits. That was nice. All in 1 round. Good, good, good. So on his end. Yeah, on his end. So he has to take... well, at the end of the day, he only has 4 units. But these guys here, they all score a hit. So his 3 aircraft definitely have to go. Okay, and let's roll for his all together. 1 hit. Okay, well, I do feel bad for him. Because he definitely got diced in that one. I shouldn't have... Anyways. Sorry, 5-star general. I wish it could be otherwise, but it is what it is. Couldn't have happened to a nicer fella. Alright, so in light of that, do I have to take the airborne off first? I think I do. Let me double check where I put the airborne on this thing here. That's the airborne, yeah. Yeah, the airborne has to come off first, if memory serves. And I've captured the territory. So, yeah, that was definitely a dicey battle. Now, I haven't watched this battle in Königsberg, but I was told that that was also somewhat of a dicey little fight there too, that I ended up losing quite handily as the Germans, and they ended up winning quite with a good amount of troops. But that's just hearsay. I don't know if it's actual truth or not. But yeah, I mean, yeah, sorry, 5-star. It does suck when a person loses too much. I've oftentimes debated of using low luck dice, if you're familiar with that. And low luck dice is that you, for every 12 pips, you don't roll, you just take the hit. And then for anything over 12, you roll a dice, and if it's that value or less, then you roll it. So basically, every battle, you only roll 1 dice per side. But some people don't like that necessarily. Okay, going on to this here fight, we're sending in infantry from Warsaw to East Poland. These 3 infantry for Dolnolaskie to Poland as well. And we're sending in these 5 dudes from East Germany to Dolnolaskie, and this one here from Bohemia to this position here. I think. Maybe I'll send one up in the mountains. Sure, send one up in the mountains. Cause a little struggle there. Alright, this guy from Berlin goes to Bohemia. This guy in Belgium goes, for Western Germany goes to Belgium. This guy Belgium to Picardy. And these 4 dudes from Normandy come south to this position. This fighter comes from Normandy all the way to northern Italy. And these 2 guys from Paris and Aquitaine come over to southern France. I'm moving these 2 fellas from Picardy, these 2 infantry, are coming into Paris. And from East Lorraine, the Deutsches Afrika Korps, no longer in Africa, comes over to Bavaria to form a nice kind of rapid response unit that can assist our forces in the defense. And then from Rome, we're sending 1 infantry to northern Italy. And I would say that looks like it's about it in this neck of the woods. This coastal defense ship is coming over here to this position, but also we're sending in the Kaiser's fleet, the Reichsfleet over to A21. So this ship is joining that fleet. Good. And now we're also sending in these guys, are loading on the transport and dropping off in Normandy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dudes there, so we're good on that department. Okay. Turning our attention over here, we have a fighter is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I do have it marked that he's going via this territory here, but that's just because it was easy to draw that line straight. But he's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, landing in northern Italy. What else is going on? We're sending this infantry by rail. It's going to Istanbul. All right, that takes care of those guys. Now these 3 anti-aircraft guns, I can't forget them. They are going straight over to northern Italy as well. So we got 5 anti-aircraft guns up here. I might need to put a little army marker thing for these guys. All right, and these fellas from southern Iraq are going to Transjordan. This guy from Transjordan is going to go to Lower Egypt to join this army here in the defense of that territory. And then I'm going to do a couple of things. This 2 subs are going to come over to the Mediterranean, to M8 here. And then I'm going to send this German transport. It's going to go 1, 2, pick up this German infantry, and go 3, 4. I believe he can do that and still go in port and drop off an extra fella in Egypt. So I think that's about it for those guys. Let me just do a little sweep here and see if I've missed anything. Nothing there, nothing there. These guys are done. These guys are done. These guys are done. These subs are done. This, yeah, these guys are done here. I've moved that guy. I've moved my infantry to this position. Yes, I have, yeah. These 3 anti-aircraft guns have moved. These guys from Warsaw have moved. I'm thinking I look pretty good here. Yeah, I don't think there's anything I need to worry too much about the rest of the details. Oh, yes, okay, I did do one declare. I should have done it a different color. Minor factory over here. I should have put him in red. I didn't do him in red. That sucks. I hope my opponent allows me to do that. I know it's a little after the fact, but this, that's the goal. That's the idea behind it. I did put him in a different color. It's up to my opponents what they desire, or if they still allow me to do it. I know it's a combat move, but I did have it marked on the board, and it just got lost in the colors. I didn't want to draw a big red streak across the board, so I'm going to just roll it out. He's going to come over here. You know what? Let's just skip it. Let's just skip it. He's just going to land over here. It's one of those casualties of war, I suppose, that sometimes you forget stuff and it's not marked. And it being this late game, I don't want to push people's charity on us a little bit too much. So this transport plane went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to land over here. And these 4 planes are going to land back here. That's beautiful. Put them here. All right. Okay, well, I'm kind of bummed out about that Romanian factory, but it is what it is at the end of the day. I should have painted in red and done something about that differently. Okay, good enough anyways. So we'll leave it at there. Come over here and have a glance at what we got going on here. Gonna move these puppies over here and start putting them on the board. This destroyer is going to come join the fleet here. I'm going to build the fortification over here. That's off facing Romania. Yeah, I'm bummed out that I didn't bomb that factory. Oh yeah, this guy's going to go in Berlin. And I'm going to place... So before I go into place unit phase, I do get to put a unit down because I have a whole line here is built with units. So I'm going to put this coastal artillery here in Picardy and move on from that point. Yeah. So, because I have a unit placed here as one of my bonuses, I get to put a unit down. I get to put a fortification down. I'm going to put 5 here in Eastern Germany. I'm going to put 1 here in Bohemia. Put 1 in Warsaw. 1 in Istanbul. 1 in Paris. Yeah, these 2 Panzer Grenadiers over here. I'm going to put, let's say 2 units here, I think. You know, maybe I should do more. Maybe that's overkill, but yeah, let's just put it. If he does attack you, I can just simply take it back with the adjacent forces. Can he attack there? He could pass through here. No, he can't because he's blockaded in there. Never mind. I might put 2 dudes there and 1 dude down here just to kind of spread them out a little bit. Gives me some options. One more. I'll put him down here. All in all, a very successful turn. A very successful turn. What are these guys? Oh yeah, this is that infantry. And this fortification. Did I replace? Yeah, I did. So that fortification is facing from East Poland into central Romania. And I deleted that infantry, the Italian one, but that Italian Lend-Lease infantry just shows up here. Alright, people, I think that is it. So where did our income go? We gained $2 there. $3 total. So if I have my math right, let's see, I'll go 1, 2, 3 to 59. 2, 3, up to there. Americans should drop by 1. And the Soviets down to 2. So let's see if I'm right. 64-45. Yep, looks right. I'm not quite sure where this was, but I wasn't watching. I was watching these two. But yeah, I think that's right. All right. Everything is placed. Everything is happy. I suppose I could go directly into port here. Nothing could attack me or counterattack me, so I will put this guy in port. Does it matter? I don't think it does, but at least it gets some defense here as opposed to no defense outside. All right. Okay, I believe that's it. I believe that's it across the board. So we just go to collect income phase. I'm going to blank this one out. So $59. We still hold we still hold northern Iraq. So 59, 61, plus another 5. 61 plus 5 is 66. So we've gone down considerably since our last turn. 66. 66. Yeah, 66 it is. Slowly and surely we're losing ground, losing territory, but hopefully things change up a little bit for us in the not too distant future. Yeah, losing Romania is a big thing. We lost, that's collectively, these 2 territories are worth collectively $6 per turn, just for the bonus and such. So that's too bad. That's a big kicker, but hey, I can't complain too much. We had a grand turn up here. 2 grand. I don't know. I enjoy playing this game, and I know the feeling when you're at the table and you get diced in a battle, and that was a clear dicing. He should have at least taken off. I was prepped for 2 or 3 units lost. I would have taken the air transport off. I would have probably had to take a fighter off. Yeah, during the course of the entire battle, and an infantry. So in this case, I only lost 1 unit. Bizarre, hey? So let's see if those dice are still here. 2, that's a hit. That's a miss. That's a 6. Oops. 6, 3, and 4. And this one's a 4. I don't know why I jerk so much, but that's a 4. So yeah, those were the results. And he had a 1, 12, 11, and 10. So basically, his aircraft, if they scored a hit, they would have wiped out a good chunk of my air. His tactical bomber wasn't going to do so good, but yeah, his infantry is the one that scored the hit. And because I have this amphibious doctrine tech, I only have to take off 1 infantry. I don't take double casualties anymore. So it's a choice. I think I had to still take off the airborne unit first anyways, if memory serves. I don't know, maybe. But either way, I'll keep it as is. I think it's just the cheaper option. 2 infantry is better off than that. But yeah, that's kind of the situation for us. Okay, gentlemen, thank you all for watching. And yeah, I'll hand it over to my esteemed opponent, Mr. 5-Star General. And just as a heads up, me and 5-Star did an interview the other day, a little podcast thing. It was a lot of fun. So I hope to put that out in the not too distant future. I'm actually putting together a new intro video. And as soon as I have that arranged or something like that arranged, I'll post it up. Thanks all. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.